Here in the heart of Illinois, there's a little-known story about one of the first all-black towns in America. A town built by a man who bought his own freedom and the freedom of others. A town that thrived, then disappeared. But it wasn't just lost to time. It was erased, forgotten, until now. In 1836, free Frank McWorter, a former enslaved man, did something few could imagine at the time. He founded a town for black people, free people, where they could live without fear, without oppression, and with the opportunity to thrive. This town was called New Philadelphia, and it was the dream of a man who believed that freedom wasn't just a right, it was a chance to build something extraordinary. New Philadelphia was unlike anything the world had ever seen. It wasn't just a settlement, it was a sanctuary, a place where African Americans could own land, run businesses, and live in peace. But few people today know its name, and even fewer understand the significance of what was lost when it disappeared. What happened to New Philadelphia? How did it go from a thriving community to a forgotten name on a historical marker? To answer that, we have to go back more than 180 years to the first days of the town, when free Frank McWorter saw a world filled with possibilities for black people. Possibilities that most others wouldn't even dare to dream of. McWorter wasn't just any freedman. He had been born into slavery in Kentucky, but by the time he arrived in Illinois, he had saved enough money to buy his freedom, and the freedom of his wife and children. McWorter didn't stop there. He used his wealth to purchase land in the Illinois wilderness and established a town, a beacon of hope for other black families seeking a better life. New Philadelphia wasn't just a place to live, it was a place to grow. The town became a community of farmers, business owners, and skilled workers who built their lives from the ground up. It wasn't just a settlement, it was proof that black people could thrive independently, free from the shackles of slavery and racial oppression. At its peak, New Philadelphia was a thriving community with homes, stores, a school, and even a post office. It was a testament to resilience, a place where freedom took root in ways the rest of America hadn't fully imagined. But even paradise isn't immune to the forces of change. By the late 1800s, the arrival of the railroad, something that promised new opportunities for many, was, for New Philadelphia, the beginning of the end. As nearby towns became connected to the rest of the country, the economic center shifted, businesses left, and the town's once thriving economy began to crumble. Then, racial tensions flared, and New Philadelphia found itself caught in the crossfire of a country struggling to deal with its own contradictions. The railroad bypassed the town, businesses left, and residents moved away. The town, once a symbol of black self-reliance and achievement, began to fade. New Philadelphia's story, like so many other black towns, was not just one of economic hardship. It was a story of erasure. Systemic neglect, coupled with racial violence, pushed the remaining residents out, and soon, the town was all but gone. But history has a way of fighting back. In recent years, archaeologists and historians have unearthed the forgotten legacy of New Philadelphia. They've uncovered the stories of the people who lived here, who built their lives with determination and resilience. Today, New Philadelphia stands as a national historic landmark. The story of free Frank McWorter and the town he founded is being preserved, not just as a historical curiosity, but as a reminder of what can happen when black people are given the freedom to create and build. New Philadelphia may have disappeared from the map, but its legacy lives on, in the resilience of its people, in the spirit of those who fought to build a life in freedom, and in the hearts of those who now work to bring its story back to life. Because the towns that disappear are not always gone. They live on in the stories we tell and the history we reclaim. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this story as moving and important as we do, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to A History in Color for more untold stories of Black history, culture, and legacy.